Have you ever wondered why some people are extraordinarily wealthy while others barely make ends meet, even in developed economies with high tax rates? It's a question that puzzles many of us. It's like we're all playing a game of Monopoly, but some players start with a few hotels on Park Place, while others are barely scraping together rent for Baltic Avenue. This is the stark reality of wealth inequality, a global issue that's been simmering on the back burner for a while now. Wealth inequality, simply put, is the uneven distribution of assets among residents of a country. These assets could be anything from real estate and stocks to cash in the bank. And when we look at the world today, it's clear that the wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few. In fact, according to a report by Oxfam, the world's richest 1% have more than twice as much wealth as 6.9 billion people. Yes, you heard that right. Twice as much wealth as nearly 90% of the planet's population. Now, some argue that the solution to this wealth gap is to tax the rich more heavily. The logic here is straightforward enough. If the wealthy are taxed more, the revenue can be used to fund programs that help the less fortunate, thereby reducing wealth inequality. Sounds like a solid plan, right? Well, it's not that simple. While higher taxes for the rich might seem like an obvious solution, it's not necessarily the most effective one. Why, you ask? Well, there's a certain European country that paints a rather intriguing picture of the wealth inequality conundrum, a country known for its tulips, windmills, and a pension system that's ranked as one of the best in the world. A country where the tax rates are high, but wealth inequality remains a persistent issue. Yes, we're talking about the Netherlands. One country in particular, the Netherlands, provides an interesting case study on this matter. Let's delve into it. The Dutch economy is one of the most developed and prosperous in the world. Located at the heart of Europe, this small yet mighty nation is an economic powerhouse, characterized by its openness and heavy reliance on foreign trade. An extraordinary aspect of the Dutch economy is its impressive balance between various sectors. Agriculture, despite occupying a small portion of the country's land, is highly efficient and contributes significantly to the economy. Dutch greenhouses, dairy farms, and flower fields are not just picturesque landscapes, but also key players in the global agricultural sector. The services sector, particularly in finance and information technology, is another pillar of the Dutch economy. Home to numerous multinational corporations, the Netherlands has become a hub for innovation and technological advancement. The manufacturing sector, too, notably in machinery and foodstuffs, plays a crucial role. The Dutch economy's success is not solely due to its economic diversity. The high standard of living and robust social security systems are testament to the nation's prosperity. From healthcare to education, social benefits in the Netherlands are among the best in the world. A cornerstone of the Dutch social security system is the comprehensive pension scheme. In a world where retirement security is often a concern, the Dutch pension model stands out as one of the most sustainable and reliable. It's a three-tiered system consisting of a state pension, an occupational pension, and a private pension, ensuring a stable income for the Dutch in their golden years. Yet, it's not all tulips and windmills. Like any country, the Netherlands grapples with its share of socio-economic challenges. Wealth inequality, though less pronounced than in some nations, is a reality that the Dutch have to contend with. Despite its prosperity, wealth inequality exists in the Netherlands, just like in any other country. So, how does this prosperous nation handle taxation? Stay tuned as we delve into the Dutch tax system in our next segment and explore how it impacts wealth distribution in this thriving European nation. The Dutch tax system might appear complex at first glance, but it can be broken down into understandable components. Let's dive right in. At its core, the Dutch tax system operates on a three-box structure. Box 1 includes income from employment and housing. This is where your wages, pensions, and benefits from owning a property are considered. Box 2 involves income from a substantial interest in a company, meaning if you own at least 5% of shares in a company, this is where it gets taxed. Lastly, Box 3 deals with income from savings and investments. Now, let's discuss the income tax. This is a progressive tax, which means the more you earn, the more you pay. This is designed to distribute wealth more evenly across the society. The tax rates are divided into three brackets, each with a different tax percentage. The top bracket, for those with the highest income, bears the highest tax rate. Next up is the corporate tax, levied on profits made by companies. This is a two-tiered system. Smaller companies pay a lower rate, while larger corporations are subject to a higher tax rate. The value-added tax, or VAT, is another key component of the Dutch tax system. This is a consumption tax applied to the sale of goods and services. The general VAT rate is 21%, but a reduced rate of 9% applies to certain essentials like groceries and medicines. The idea behind this progressive tax system is to reduce wealth inequality. Those with higher incomes are taxed more, theoretically allowing wealth to be redistributed to those with lower incomes. However, despite this progressive tax system, wealth inequality persists. Why is that so? Though the Dutch tax system aims to reduce wealth inequality, the reality paints a different picture. Despite the Netherlands' progressive tax system, wealth inequality remains a persistent issue. It's a complex problem with roots that dig much deeper than just taxes. A significant portion of the nation's wealth is tied up in real estate and pensions, thereby creating a divide that isn't easily bridged by taxation alone. In the Netherlands, real estate ownership is a key determinant of wealth. With the housing market's recent boom, those who own property have seen their wealth skyrocket, while those who don't are left behind. This situation is further exacerbated by the Dutch pension system. It is one of the world's best, with a large chunk of wealth stored in these funds. However, this wealth is not liquid and can't be accessed until retirement, further skewing wealth distribution figures. Furthermore, the tax system itself, while designed to be progressive, has loopholes. The wealthy often employ tax evasion and avoidance strategies, reducing their effective tax rates. This includes the use of trusts, shell companies, and offshore accounts, which are legal but controversial methods of reducing one's tax burden. Moreover, the Netherlands has a relatively high threshold for wealth taxation. The first several €100,000 of wealth are exempt from taxation, which disproportionately benefits the wealthy. This allows them to accumulate wealth at a faster rate than those with less wealth. Wealth inequality in the Netherlands, therefore, is not merely a product of inadequate taxation, but a result of deeper systemic issues. It's an interplay of housing, pensions, and tax regulations that together create a complex landscape of wealth distribution. This brings us to the question, is taxation really the solution to wealth inequality? As we've seen, the Dutch economy and its tax system offer an intriguing perspective on wealth inequality. From the outside looking in, it might seem like a high tax rate would be the magic solution to wealth disparity. However, the Dutch case study tells us a different story. We've discussed how the Netherlands, despite having one of the most progressive tax systems in the world, still grapples with significant wealth inequality. This is not to say that taxation is irrelevant. Far from it. Taxes play a critical role in redistributing wealth and providing essential public services. But what the Dutch experience underscores is that taxation alone cannot be the panacea for wealth inequality. To tackle this issue, we need a multifaceted approach. Wage policies, for instance, are a crucial part of the equation. In the Netherlands, the minimum wage is relatively high, which helps combat income inequality. But wage policies need to go hand in hand with efforts to promote economic opportunities across all segments of society. Education, too, is a key factor. It is the vehicle that drives social mobility, enabling individuals from lower-income families to climb the economic ladder. The Dutch education system, which is largely publicly funded, strives to provide equal opportunities for all, regardless of their socio-economic background. Beyond this, the Dutch pension system also plays a significant role in mitigating wealth inequality. With its three-pillar structure, it ensures that everyone has a basic level of income in retirement, while also providing opportunities for additional savings. In conclusion, while the Dutch economy provides valuable insights, it also reminds us that addressing wealth inequality is a complex task. It's not just about tax rates, it's about creating an economic environment where everyone has a fair shot at success, where opportunities are plentiful and accessible, and where social policies work in tandem to ensure that prosperity is broadly shared. So the next time you ponder wealth inequality, remember, it's a complex issue that requires more than just taxes to solve.